research papers, how do you understand which research paper was related to which topic? So in this case, reference management system helps us to collect, organize, and insert citations when you are writing your research report. Now, this kind of tools helps us to create and manage list of references for different projects, different research papers, different manuscripts. Most of these tools are designed to organize collections into specific formats for the preparation of manuscripts and bibliographies. Now, the thing is, when you are writing a research paper and you are referring, if you are not using those resources, that means just you are referring and taking an idea. But when you are referring and using it for your research work, that means it has to be cited in your document. So there are two different things. One is a citation that is known as in-text citation, and the second is footnote. When you say in-text citation, it has to be cited within the text, and when you say footnotes, it gives immediate source of information which is referred in particular page. So most of these tools, reference management tools, will help us in preparing manuscripts and bibliographies. Now, many research tools provide different kinds of sources from where you can get the literature too. So you need not to go and search in some different databases. They have their own particular search box, which will help you to search these your keywords, and if certain things is available, you can just import it to the library which is available in your reference management system. Now there are so many software solutions are available. Let us see what all things are available and what is the problem we are facing. Now the problem is proceeding, books, patents, and many more type of documents. Each and every type of document has a different kind of metadata fields. If you look at the journal article will have volume number, issue number, authors, title. Okay, these are the metadata. So if you go by that, book chapter will be having something different. So book is published, under that book there is one chapter. So that chapter you are going to cite, not the entire book. So the citation of book and book chapter will be different. So if you are not from the library science background, it will be very difficult to understand what all citation styles are there and what all metadata fields are required for a particular type of document. Now, if you go for patents, if it is a published patent or patent number allotted, the fields are different. If it is unpublished patent, fields are different. So whether public accepted or a patent which are having patent number, that only can be cited. Unpublished literature we cannot cite. So what we have to do is, these all different types of documents are available with us, which we are going to refer in our paper. So what you have to do is, you have to insert the citations, then you have to create the bibliography. If you are doing it manually, what will happen? You have to do the lot of typing, lot of references you are coming across, and you will be making n number of mistakes. So what the solution is? Sometime back in 2010, some of these tools are started evolving, and now the solution is, you can see Zotero. What you can do is, insert all the document, type of document and resources which are required for your research work. It may be journal article, it may be book chapter, it may be conference proceeding or article in that particular conference proceeding, book, patent, report, blog, statute, any case study, all type of document has to be cited. Suppose if somebody has published certain things and ideas on his blog, so that blog has to be cited if you're taking certain points from that particular block. So how that block can be cited, these all things will be very easy if you're using any open source or proprietary software for managing resources and references. So today in this session, we are going to talk about Zotero, which is open source software released under Afro General Public License. It is not released under GNU GPL. It is not 100% free. It is free, but it is not released under GPL, General Public License. It is released under Afro General Public License, which is, again, if you want to do some changes on your own, you have to contribute that changes to the particular contact person who is involved in developing Zotero. Now what we are supposed to do is, suppose this journal article, book chapters, conference proceeding, everything is there. What you will do is you will extract the metadata into Zotero, or there is an option to manually enter. Suppose if you look at the book which is published sometime back in 1940, that book is not available online anywhere. So what you have to do is you are supposed to enter it manually. So when you are entering it manually, a small form will come up. In that form, you have to mention all the bibliographic data. Bibliographic data, I mean to say metadata, which is essential for citing a particular resource. Now, once you are putting everything in Zotero, you can always create citations. You can always create list of resources and list of bibliography and references. Now, what all software solutions are available? This reference manager, EndNote, RefWorks, ProCite. These are the paid tools. Zotero, Mendeley, these are the free tools, but these are not released under GNU GPL. Therefore, it has some amount of free. It is based on the storage capacity. If you look at the Zotero, they have 300 MB free storage capacity. If you are using beyond that particular storage capacity, then you are supposed to pay for additional storage. Otherwise, it's a free. Now, what is Zotero? Zotero is a free reference management tool that is available as a desktop application, and it also provides extension for the browsers, and these are the few browsers: Firefox and Chrome and Safari 2. Now, what is the website from where you can download the Zotero software? See, currently Zotero 5.0 Windows version is released. Using other operating system, you can see here Linux 64-bit and Mac OS is also released. If you're using Linux 32-bit system, you can always click here and download the software source. Now, since I'm using Zotero on my Windows machine, you can see Zotero 5.0 for Windows is prompted. Now, to install that, just I will click on download. One small PDF file will come. When the PDF file is coming, excuse me for this, a small exe file will come. Download that exe file and execute by double clicking with admin rights. It will get installed in the default path. Just say a few clicks, next, and install. It will get installed. Now, simply after installation, immediately you cannot use. Earlier, there was no account was required, but now the system is prepared in such a way. If you're working on this machine, currently I'm using one machine. Today, if I'm using my machine, which is a desktop, tomorrow if I'm going to some place where I don't have my own machine, and let us assume that I'm going to IIM Ahmedabad, where some resources are available. I would like to have access to it and have membership for that. So if I'm going to IIM Ahmedabad or take it any other institute for that matter, if I am going to access any kind of resources, but during that period, I was not allowed to carry my laptop or any other machine. What I can do is, I can simply create my account, open my account. Here you can see login option and register option is available. What I will do is I will register myself on the Zotero website, and a small one link will come to your email ID, registered email ID. Just click on that link, your account will be activated. As and when you are going or visiting some places, what it will do is, it will help you to download and store all your resources which are required for your research work. When you are coming back to your place, let us say I'm using this machine, my computer system. When I'm coming back to this place, what it will do is, it will ask me the user ID and password for my online account. If I'm giving my online account's user ID and password, the data which was created and uploaded in other institution, let us take for example, I had visited IIM Ahmedabad, and from IIM Ahmedabad library, I had taken some resources. So those resources will reside in my online account created with Zotero. Now I would like to cite those resources and I'm working on my desk. So what I will do is, simply I will open my Zotero desktop application and I'll give the credentials. The moment I'm giving credentials, what it will do is, it will download all the resources which I had created while visiting IIM Ahmedabad library. So all those resources will be simultaneously synchronized with my desktop application. So those resources which I am creating offline will go to online, and the online resources which I have added will come to offline. So this will be very useful tool. There are many tools like Zebref, Docker, Zotero, Manly. There are certain tools which are available free of cost. You can use any one of these. But for this session, I am going to demonstrate how Zotero can be used for managing your references and creating citations. Now, what all functions and features are available? What it helps is, Zotero recognizes all the bibliographic information. For that, I think I would use metadata. Metadata is nothing but an information about, description about an object. So if you want to describe a book, what all metadata is? Book title, author, place of publication, publisher, year of publication, pagination, that is known as a collation. So these are the basic information required, and that is known as a metadata or bibliographic information. So if you go for a journal article, fields will be different. If you go for conference paper, fields will be different. But all kind of resources, what Zotero does is, it recognizes the bibliographic information of all the resources, any kind of resource. If you take it thesis, let us assume that you are working on such a topic and you are trying to identify resources or thesis which are published or which are uploaded onto Shodhganga portal. So if you look at the Shodhganga, go to the website of Shodhganga and identify the resource, identify the thesis which is useful to you. If you are going to that particular page, the Zotero will display some small icon on the browser. Just click on that icon. What it will do is, it will extract all the metadata fields and there's no need to enter it manually. So that is the beauty of this software. What you can do is, suppose if you have free access to PDF files, most of the cases, if you don't have subscription to databases, you are not supposed to access it. But in case if you are going to visit some library and there you have access, you can download PDF files, and later on you can store all the PDF files, images, videos, everything to your local library. What it will do is, it will later on allow you to create bibliography in MS Word as well as OpenOffice format, which is again GNU GPL, released under GNU GPL, and it's a substitute of MS Office. Now let us understand the architecture of now, what is calling software? The desktop application will be segregated into three different columns. You can see this is the left column. From this part, this is a left column. This is the middle column, and this is the right column. So In left column, what you can do is you can create collection of different topics, collection of as per your requirement. You can create a group of people, you can create different collections as per your requirement, and this is the place where you can sort the resources based on keyword. Okay, now let us come to the middle panel. The resources under particular collection will be displayed here, and if you click on the any resource, the bibliographic fields of this particular selected resource will appear on the right column. So all the selected item one by one can be edited. Now if you want to do some customization, you can see the setting button available here. If you click on the setting button, this is known as a preferences, Zotero preferences. So what it will do is, the moment you open this Zotero preferences, but click on setting icon, this Zotero preferences screen will appear. Here there is an option called synchronization. So if you look at this and try to give the credentials for synchronization, give the exact credentials which you had given at the time of creating your Zotero account. And there are small configuration is there. If you would like to have a look at it, you just look at it and then say okay. So things will be done. Now these all things are available. You can create new collection and you can display everything. Now what I will do is, there are 5 ways of creating a collection and enter resources in the My Library. One is enter it manually. All the citation information you can enter it manually, because if you don't have a digital document, how you can get the metadata? So there is an option for manual entry. Next is import citation information from a single item. Let us say there is an option, there is a journal. From that journal, one issue is there, and out of that issue, one article is important to you and you would like to enter for your future reference. So you can import citation and information for a single resource. Same way for multiple resources also you can import. Next is automatically cite the web pages. And fifth is identifying and adding resources using unique identifier, that is PubMed ID, digital object identifier, ISBN number, and some other URL. But make sure that URL is persistent URL, PURL, persistent uniform resource locator. If it is not persistent, that means it won't identify. Now, how you can create collection? You can see Zotero collection icon is there. Just I will click on that, small dialog box will appear. In that you have to give the collection name and say okay. Once you say okay, here you can see financial instrument, that is the collection that has been created. Now next is, if you want to add a resource manually, just click on this plus icon. There you will see a lot of resources will appear. Resources, I mean to say different type of articles, different type of document. It may be journal article, it may be book chapter, thesis. Okay. And then in the right panel here, in the right panel, you will have information which you can always fill it out. Now next is how you can fetch the information online. Let us assume that you are going to eSpaceNet, that is the patent search database, and this is the patent which is important for you, and you would like to enter the patent data in your library and you would like to cite it. So what you can do is simply configure your browser with Zotero add-on. Once you are using that, a small icon will appear here like Z. So this is for Mendeley. Same way here, Zotero. So what it will do is it will recognize the type of document. See, for patent, it is using bulb. If it is a thesis, a cap, the degree cap will appear. If it is an article, the document icon will appear. If it is a video, the small webcam will appear. So likewise, it will have different icon for different types of resources. If you look at the book, a small book icon will appear so that you can identify which kind of document it is. Now, let us say you are referring to this journal. This journal is Journal of Financial Economics. It's published by online Wiley database, and you are going to a particular issue, and in that issue, all the articles published are relevant to you. So the moment you are coming to that particular resource, what it will do is it will display icon in the folder form. That means the system recognizes that there are more than one articles are available on this page, and those articles can be selected and inputted to the Zotero My Library. Now assume that few of these articles are important to you. So just click on select, click on this, check it, and then say okay. If all are related to your area of research, simply say select all and then click on OK. So based on your internet connectivity bandwidth, the metadata will be downloaded. If you have access to PDF files, free access to PDF files, it will also download the PDF file, and which will be integrated with the particular resource, and then say okay, it will come, everything will come to your Zotero My Library. Make sure that when you are doing this process, your Zotero software is switched on. Now you can see here one sparkler is there. Put the DOI, which is again known as a PURL, permanent resource identify URL, which is given to each and every article published by major publishers. What it will do is it will go to the Crossref database and then immediately fetch all the bibliographic information automatically. Same way, PubMed ID is also there. You can see here, archives ID is there, PubMed ID is there, DOI, ISBN. You give that and say press enter, automatically all information will come. We will have example also. I will show you one example. Okay, now you can create bibliography. Just I will show practically how it can be done. Okay, just select all the resources and right click on that, and then you can see create bibliography from items. All the items can be generated. Bibliography for all the items can be generated. Now you can see here the type of document, as it changes, the icon is also changes. See, this is for book, this is for report, and this is for web page, and this is an article. So likewise, you can have different types of icon for different types of resources. Now, what it will do is there are a lot of citation styles. These citation styles are supposed to be decided before you prepare your manuscript. So what you have to do is first identify a journal or database and refer the author's manual. In that author's manual, they will be giving all kind of information which is essential for preparing manuscript. So for this example, I have taken APA 6th edition, and I am going to create bibliography and copy to clipboard and say okay. So clipboard means the way you are using Control C. So when you press Control plus C after selecting the particular paragraph, it will be copied in buffer. So that is known as copied in clipboard. The moment you execute command Control V, that means it will be pasted. So if I am pasting, you see, according to the APA style, all the resources which I have referred in my article are created, and you can see the journal article, the title of the journal is in italic format. See, when you are using standardized citation style and reference style, this every punctuation mark matters. If it is not mentioned appropriately, that means your paper will not be accepted by the publisher. So make sure that your citations, in-text citations and references what you are creating are matching the international standard. Now, if you want to create bibliography online without creating, uh, without installing software in your machine, just go to zbib.org, type the ISBN number or title of the article and just click on cite option. If it is available somewhere, it will bring all the information, and then you can copy that citation and paste it at the place where you would like to paste it. Now, the interesting portion is when everything is available in your Zotero, but you don't have a emulator which can be, used as a integrator, which can be helpful to, cite the resources while writing your research paper. So Zotero has developed a word processor plugin. You can see here word processor and writing integration plugin is there. Just click on this. Make sure that your MS Word is switched off. Otherwise, it will not take the effect. Switch off and switch it on. Once you switch off and switch it on, one menu will appear alongside the file menu, edit menu, view menu, reference menu. One specific ribbon will appear in your MS Word. We will see how it will be looking. So once it is configured properly, you can have this 5 menus within that particular ribbon. Add edit citation, add edit bibliography, refresh. Suppose many times what happens, when I'm bringing or fetching some data from the online resources, sometimes due to inadvertent mistakes, some typo error would be there. So when it is a typo error, I'm supposed to rectify it. So after citation and after putting it in my manuscript, I could realize that there is some problem in citation and bibliography too. What I can do is I can go and change in the Zotero, which is known as a source. So if I'm changing in the source, automatically things will take effect in my Word document too. But to get that effect, you're supposed to refresh it. The moment you say refresh, automatically all the changes whatever you have made in your source, that will come to your destination. Okay, so like this is how it will be looking like. Home, insert, page layout, same way here one more ribbon will appear, that is known as Zotero. So once it is configured properly, it will have Zotero menu. Now let us go to online database. What you can do is you can simply go to zotero.org, and first of all you have to create your account. Just click on login. What it will do is, since I have already registered, it is showing user ID and password, which I have default setting is remember for now. If you don't have account, what you are supposed to do is just click on register for a few account. It will give few fields, very few fields: username, email, confirm email, password, and verify password. And just click on I'm not a robot and click on register. Once you register, an email link will come to your email ID. Just click on that link, your email ID will be activated. Later on, you can use it for logging. So what I will do is I will simply log in with my credentials. So now you can see I'm now in my Zotero library. What is this? These all are the resources which I have created online. Okay. These are the resources which I have created online. Now, next is I will go to Zotero. I'll just click on download option. You can see here, since I'm using Google Chrome as a browser, you can see this is the Google Chrome. This is the Google Chrome. The Zotero automatically identifies that you're using Zotero and the connector is available. Just click on install Chrome connector. You will have a Zotero connector, which is, this is the Zotero connector. You see academic writing. Now this page it is saving. Just I clicked on this, automatically it is taking snapshot at particular page, and now it will be saved in my library because Zotero is, you can see here on this screen, Zotero is open. So once that Zotero is open, that page will be stored in my Zotero database. Just click on this download option. One exe file will come. Just say next, next, next. It will get installed in your machine. Now, once it is installed, what you can do is you can go to your library and you can see. What I will do is I will try to do the change the preferences under edit menu. You can see here under edit menu some preferences are there, which says this is the Mitesh Pandya 21 link, account is linked. I would like to unlink this account and use Mitesh instead of Mitesh Pandya. And say setup sync. So what this will do is the Zotero database was last synced with so and so, and the current one is this. If you continue, data associated with this account will be removed from this computer. So if I go and say remove, because of there are so many resources, it will take time. So simply what I will do is I will cancel this. And again, you can see which account is created. Sorry, under preferences, which account is linked? No account is linked. So I will go for Mitesh Pandya 21 and the credential for that. If credential is correct and matches with the Zotero database, then it will allow me to set up the sync. Now you see it is synced. So sync means what? Sync means it is a synchronization. Synchronization is a technique which is used by a computer system to bring the parallel resources. So if you are now you are using this computer system, simultaneously you are on the other system. So when you are going to that system and you would like to have access to those resources which are stored in this particular machine, what you simply do is synchronize the database. When you are opening there with your user ID and password, all the resources which you have stored here will appear there automatically. So where these resources are going? These resources are going to this account which you have created on Zotero's website. So what I will do is I will say okay. And then here you can see one small undo button is there. And you can see your last sync before 3 minutes. So before 3 minutes, whatever things I had downloaded here are available there. Now, for example, what I will do is I will create one small collection with name Shahada. This is my collection. See, I'm writing a paper on this workshop, the topic of related to this workshop, and I would say okay. So once you say okay, you can see here under S, it will be stored alphabetically. One collection is created. Suppose if you are working on PhD, if you are doing PhD, look at the PhD. Now under PhD you have 8 chapters. So you can create sub collection. See, So chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, how you can create sub collection? Just select that sub collection and say right click, say new sub collection. So it will come as a child parent relationship. So the collection will be created under the PhD. Same way, if I want to create sub collection under Shahada, I would say right click, new sub collection. Vasantaram Naik College, and then say OK. The moment you press OK, sub collection will be created under Shahada. Okay, so this is how it will be created. Now, the important thing is you are going to browser. So the moment you say now I'm not doing, because if I'm doing it, my browser and everything will restart. So this session may interrupt. That is why I am not just doing it. When you are doing it on your own, just click on install Chrome. It will ask you to add this add-on to the browser. Just say yes, add-on, and system will restart the browser. The moment it is restarting, this icon will appear. This icon will appear. Okay. So if you look at the article, you can see Z icon is coming. That means what? That means it is successfully configured. Okay. Now assume that you are going to some online database. Let us take, for example, you are going to get the information of thesis. And the information is, I will take my example. Okay, this is the thesis which is my thesis. What I will do is I will go to Shodha Ganga. Now you see this icon will change. This icon will automatically change according to the type of document. Earlier it used to show as a Z. Now it is showing as a web page because that Google is running some query. Now you see, instead of that, it has displayed as a PDF. If I'm clicking on this PDF, automatically that PDF will be stored in my Zotero library. Here you can see, select the particular folder where you would like to have the access of that particular thesis. I'll just click on this. I'll go to Shodha Ganga, and there, see, I'm redirected to this particular page. I don't want to go for a page. I wanted to go for a home page of that thesis. Okay, so here I will type my name. Here you see the icon will be changed accordingly. So this is my, sometimes if it is not synchronizing, then it may not change also, but most cases it will change. So what I will do is I'll just click on this. So I am on the front page of Zotero. Now you can see it is displayed as a document, but this is not a document. It shows save to Zotero embedded metadata. You can see here, have access to this. What I will do is I'll just click on this icon. What it shows, Vasantaram Naik College full text PDF thesaurus, it will be stored. Now you see, come to the Zotero and you can see here. Now it is not identifying, because of some problem, it is not identifying item type. Just select here and say thesis. Instead of document type as a journal article, say thesis. Say OK. Now you can see here that cap has come. And the fields have also been changed to title, university, I would say Sardar Patel University, year of this, and then say Okay, now see this article. This article is not an article. This is a thesaurus, and this thesaurus is published in the form of thesis. If I would like to create a bibliography, I'll just say right click of this. You can see here create bibliography from an item is available. Just select that. Identify APA 7th edition, citation. No, I will not go for citation. I will go for bibliography. Copy to clipboard. Okay. Then open the Word. And just simply say Control V. See, automatically everything is appearing. You see, I need not to do anything with italicizing the title of my thesis. You see, as per the APA 7th edition, the university should come into square bracket. So the system is taking care accordingly. I need not to remember anything. Okay. Now, once again, I'll go back to Zotero, or I will go back to some database. Let us assume that I'm going for Journal of Energy Economics. This is the journal published by Elsevier Science Direct. So what I will do is I'll go to access the Science Direct database. I'll just simply click on this. You can see there are a lot of issues are available. This is the in progress. This is also in progress. March 2020 volume number 87 has already been published. So what I will do is I'll just click on that. You can see simultaneously observe this icon will change. Now you see it is showing as a folder. This icon which is just beside the address bar. You can see it is displayed as a. Now you can see here there are so many articles which are related to my area of research. What I will do is I will simply click on the folder icon. What it will do is it will display the dialog box. Now you see it is identifying the metadata of particular resources, and then what it will do is it will help me to select the resources which are useful to me. Now using the binomial model for the valuation of real options in computing CDs. This is the very important topic for me. I'm doing some research on that area. So I will select related articles and say OK. The moment I say OK, these two articles along with PDF, if you have access, will be downloaded to your Zotero My Library. If you don't have access to PDF file, simply it will download metadata. So I'll just click on OK, and then you can see it is showing here Vasantrao Naik College. These two things are coming. So I'll go to Zotero, and you can see here. So this is the icon for article. Now you can see these two which you have selected, that has come. Now if I want to have access to metadata, just click this. It will also come along with abstract. So that item type is journal article, title is this. There are two authors, both the authors it has fetched automatically. Abstract has been fetched. Publication, that means journal. Volume number, issue number is not there. Page number, date when it was fetched, and DOI. So these are the important topics on which date it was accessed. Since it is a PURL, permanent URL, it won't change. Otherwise, you have to mention the access date. If you are referring some web page, you are supposed to put date of access when you are putting reference in the citation. Now, assume that there's some changes here. Instead of 104 page number starting date and page number starting and ending should be given. So it has given only this. So I'm changing this. So it will be, the changes will be done accordingly. Now, likewise, if you have permanent URL, permanent URL means I will go for some book. See, cartoon. This is a book published by Economist, and this is the title, Cartoon Economics. And I want ISBN number. So you can see that ISBN number is there. I'll simply copy ISBN number. I'll go to Zotero My Library. And you can see here small sparkler is available. Just click on sparkler and paste the ISBN number. Just say Control V and then press enter. The moment you are pressing enter, automatically bibliographic information related to this book will be fetched. Now you see here, you can see right panel, book, title, macroeconomics. This book is different. I chose some different ISBN number instead of using Cartoon Economics. So let me take book number of that Cartoon Economics only. Okay. Now you can see here ISBN number is there. ISBN is not available. Let me go to now. Suppose let us say you want to have access to this book, but then this and say save to my library. That information will come to our Zotero library. See, the cartoon introduction to the economics, volume number 1, macroeconomics. And see, these are the some misinformation is coming that has to be changed by you. So the Berman will come here. Okay, and then this has to be removed. Okay, now likewise you can create n number of resources. Likewise, you can create n number of resources. Suppose there is a book which is not available. You will just click on this icon and you can see more. These all type of resources you can use for citation. It is a blog post, interview with some eminent personality, later to the editors, patent, podcast, radio broadcast, stress shoot, some bill, some blog post, book session, case study, conference paper, dictionary entry, video recording, thesis, all types of document. Most of the document types are available here. If you're going for some music recording, there you can say recording option is available and audio recording is available and artwork is available. Both of this can be used for referring music. Same way, if you would like to create encyclopedic article, you are referring encyclopedia and you are supposed to cite it. And the article inside encyclopedia is different. It should be cited differently compared to book and book chapter. So let us take an example of Wikipedia. If you want something to be done, taken from the Wikipedia, see, there is some information, bibliographic information, biographical information about Narendra Modi. I'll just go to this because I'm taking some reference from this Wikipedia page. Wikipedia is nothing but an online encyclopedia. Now you see here, icon is changing. So the Wikipedia's icon has changed. The moment I'm clicking this, it will come to my library. Automatically, all metadata will come to my library. You see here, encyclopedic article, Narendra Modi. Title is Narendra Modi. Author is, because it is a online database, from it is fetching, it is aggregating from different sources. That is why it will be displayed like this. Now you can see here, all information has come. Okay. Now all the information has come. Now what I will do is I will show you how these resources can be cited in the, when you are writing the research work. Assume that you have one chapter, chapter 1, or an article. This is an article. And in this article, I am supposed to refer so what I will write is, I will bring some sample text. So this is the sample text, and assume that it is written by me. I'm just formatting it. And this paragraph is written by according to, now I would like to have access to the article which is related to doc here. Now, since I was demonstrating, I have not inserted that doc here related article. What I will do is I'll simply go to Zotero and then I'll click on my desktop. One article is there. You can see here, Zoran Biel. What it will do is just simply select this PDF file and just paste it in the place where you would like to have the metadata fields. Now just I'm releasing my click. What it will do is, you see, it is coming to my library. Now it is showing as a Zoran Biel. After some time, it will identify the metadata. It will extract the metadata automatically. See, it has extracted, and this PDF file is enclosed with this data. Now you can see here, this is a conference paper and the type of document has been changed. So if you look at this, automatically from that PDF file, it has extracted all the data. The beauty of this software is automatically it is getting everything from that particular PDF file. Now you see here, doc here related information has come to this. So this particular page, if I wanted to have PDF access, just double click on this, it will open an external PDF viewer. So I'm opening it. Now you can see here, everything is, an entire article is accessible to me. Now what I will do is, certain points are there which I would like to annotate, like creating academic literature. This is a keyword which will be useful to me for my future research work. What I will do is I'll just go to this, and you can see here option notes, tags, related item. If I am giving tag, as this. That means you are giving keyword, and with this keyword, how many resources are available in my all collection, that will be displayed. So just I will say enter. You can create n number of keywords. Now you see here, this article has come to my library. Now again, I will go to MS Word and I will say according to, and then I will go to Zotero. And then you can see add edit citation option is available. So I will put my cursor there where I would like to have my citation. So I'll just click on that and say add citation. And which citation style you are supposed to use, that you have to decide before you start using. These are some of the citation styles are available, predefined. Suppose if you are submitting article to some journal which is not having citation style in predefined one, you just click on manage citation styles. There you will have access to lot of resources, around 59,000 citation styles. So for time being, I will go for APA 7th edition and I will say okay. A small dialog box will appear. Here you have to say doc here. Now you say doc here, this article has come, and then say enter, press enter. When you are pressing enter, you can see here in-text citation has come. So according to BL80AL, because there are more than 4 authors, that is why it is showing BL80AL. Now, likewise, there is another option. This paragraph, as discussed by, then I will go to Zotero and I will identify this macroeconomics. Okay. So I will go for this author. Okay. So I would like to refer this macroeconomics book. So I'll go to this, as discussed by Klein in macroeconomics. You see, to change the overall look, you see, this is what it has discussed. Now, if you refer this article first or last, it doesn't matter. Now, what I will do is in between or later on, I will refer some article which is starting with A, So here I will refer one article which is starting with A. So I'll go to my Zotero library and say financial economics, books on library automation. You see, Perception 2014. This is written by Breeding. So Marshall Breeding has written this. What I will do is I'll simply go to my, and then I will go to add resource and Breeding. Now you see it has come. Now as you see, first I have referred article with B, in between K is there, and again Breeding is there. Now what I will do is I will go to and then I will say references. Now whatever resources you have cited in your text, that you can create as a bibliography. So just click on add edit bibliography option. Automatically all the resources will appear. So the resources which you have referred, that will be pasted here automatically. You need not to remember all the citation style and everything. You just give these as you know, because it is giving some length. So you can just always click this portion and automatically things will come. Now you see all these references are created. Just say, okay, so the resources, you see, Breeding referred in the last, but it is coming in the middle. So the system will take care automatically. All the references will be stored in alphabetic sequence and you need not to bother about it. System will take care.